podcast.
I start?
You can if you want.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the CZECH Firearms podcast. I'm Hunter Constantine. I'm a Grandmaster here in the United States for USPSA. I shot Australasia last year. That was one of my first international matches I've ever shot. Love shooting. We've got a YouTube channel. We've got a concealed carry belt. We've got a whole bunch of different things that we can get into on this podcast. It's an honor to be here at SHOT Show 2025. And a big shout out to Ohio Ordnance for lending us this helicopter that we can do this cool podcast in.
Yeah, you are hired.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys. Yeah, big hi from the United States, from the SHOT Show 2025.
Last moments of the SHOT Show 2025.
Yeah, we're actually like a big pain in the ass of these Ohio Ordnance Works
Yeah,
guys.
but they put up with us.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah,
it's good.
They're good guys.
They're so nice. They're so nice. And we have this beauty sitting in front of us. So you mentioned that you brought your firing pin with you.
Yes. For those of you who don't know, SHOT Show, all of the guns don't have firing pins. But if you happen to have one,
maybe some ammo in the pocket.
But that is not confirmed. This is all
we are so
allegedly.
cancelled. We are cancelled, guys.
It's okay.
It's done. It's done.
It's going to be okay because we have firing pins. No.
Okay.
What are they going to say?
What is going on, man? How is the show for you so far?
Show is good. Cool stuff this year dropping. Obviously, the Alien Remus was pretty cool. New concealed carry gun from them.
I can tell.
And you know what? Just to give a
Product
little love
placement.
to CZ, okay? Just because if you guys, let's try whatever. I did just pick up my first Shadow 2.
Nice.
Alright.
Which one? Just the standard or orange?
I think it's just standard. I bought it used from a buddy. So I got like the gun, the holster, magazine carriers, 9 mags, optics ready, trigger kit already done.
Nice.
It's like $1,800 USD.
That's sweet.
So I was like, good deal. Let's rock and roll. I've only shot them a couple times, and it is between that and the SIG P320. It is like the choice gun here in the United States for competition.
Yeah.
So
True.
I mean, he did his research, so
yeah,
yeah.
it's good stuff. But this SHOT Show, I really focused on just like very unique guns. Like there's a United States produced Russian VSS, which is like the integral suppressed sniper rifle. It's in the B&T booth. Our buddy from
I saw
BSD
it. I was there today. Yeah.
Oh, really? Did you?
Yeah, I was thinking. I thought it's a prop because they're so hard to get. You know these VSS.
It's impossible. Like the imports shut them down. Russia is not very friendly.
Of course.
And they changed it to an AR-15 bolt in 300 blackout.
Wow.
So much more accessible round, much more accessible parts.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to have an overwhelming amount. But that was, in my opinion, that was the coolest gun I shot so far.
Okay,
really?
Just because it's unique, and we don't see them here in the United States. I'm sure you guys don't see a ton of them in Europe either. So that was pretty cool. And some new optics that came out, and some new like lights and things. But it was a lot of just like little small parts and accessories for my guns that I was excited about. But I shoot everything. For those of you who don't know me, we've got a YouTube channel. It's just Hunter Constantine. We shoot everything on there.
It's going to be, all the links going to be below the video.
Yeah, just go click something down below. Go check it out. I stick a gun in peanut butter and see how well it shoots. We do torture tests on optics, so we're like dragging them behind my truck and throwing them hundreds of feet in the air, which is like thousands of centimeters. And
absolutely, yes.
But yeah, we have a good time on the channel, and so really just like reaching out and seeing what type of fun content we can think of and create for this upcoming year, and it's making new relationships, new friends. These are new friends. Got to
we
meet
just
Lucas.
met.
True.
We just met. I was like, are we Mr. Hunter?
Yeah, I'm like, are you Mr. Lucas?
Big picture. You picture me.
Belt, yes.
Me picture. I like belt. I love free for me. Please.
So, but it was good. And just, this is the last day, so everyone's shutting down, packing up, and we are taking over the helicopter. What about you guys?
We're flying home later on.
Yeah, I'm taking it back home.
Maybe we can continue. What was the most interesting stuff you saw at the SHOT Show?
Man, I didn't really have time to walk around, really.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell. I mean, my shit was good. Remus.
Oh
for
man,
sure.
come on, stop that.
Yeah,
but
did,
you're blushing.
Did CZ release anything new?
Of course we did. CZ Shadow 2 Target,
Didn't
man.
hear about
Introducing the new.
No.
Yeah.
For me, if I can continue, was really surprising, and I would never expect that I was just wandering around, and I went to the Mossberg booth.
Okay.
And I never knew that they are doing actually pistols.
Yeah.
They're doing, as I've been told, they're doing pistols for the last 6 years. So I was like playing with that. It wasn't a bad pistol. It was good pistol.
Yeah.
I was so surprised. I was expecting it like to be like any other
clunky,
copy of
Okay.
or Glock or something. But it was a good pistol, good trigger, good feeling from that. I even fucking liked it a lot actually. The push-through safety. It's the stupidest safety in the world.
Yeah.
You know, you have it on a shotguns, on everything. They put it in a pistol. So you have it in between the mag release and the slide release. There is the one more button as a push-through safety.
Interesting. Yeah.
So it's you have all these free controls in basically one spot, and it fucking works.
Okay. Yeah, just make sure you press the right button at the right time.
And true. Yeah, don't get confused.
So is this like a regular full-size 9mm, or what is that?
Yeah, they have full size. They have compact versions. It's basically only one model, but different sizes, configurations.
All right. Okay.
Cool.
I need to Google it.
Yeah, go for that.
Unfortunately, we don't have screen behind us, so we would like.
Yeah, we just get a bunch of random people coming in and out of our shots, but they're welcomed here.
Yeah, absolutely. What is going on with the belts? Are they selling well or what?
Selling well, super popular in the United States.
Yeah.
Love to get them in Europe, and I think you guys could probably help out with that. And for the people listening and watching,
love to.
Yeah, you need to sell the product first.
All right, hold on.
Features?
We're going to do this right now. We're doing it live. I'm taking it off. For those of you who are just listening, I'm taking off my personal
You're so
belt
lucky
right now.
that your pants are so tight.
Oh yes,
Otherwise,
they'd be falling down.
So first good thing, you can easily take it off.
Easily take it off, easily put it back on. The main concept with this belt is that there is a rigid portion in front that is steel reinforced with webbing.
So there's a steel inside?
Yes, there is.
It's not polymer, just
not polymer, it's spring steel. So it will actually start retaining the shape. So when you have your gun on, this was a fresh belt I put on for the show because I wear my belts a lot. And so I figured we'll get a fresh one for the show, just like a clean shave on your face. But the metal will actually start bending to where you have your gun and help combat printing, so you're not having your gun stick out as much on your garments. And then the magic is all in the back. It is elastic, so it stretches for your comfort, and there's no hot spots on the belt. So I used to find with leather belts or some of the ratcheting belts that I'd get hot spots on my lower back and my hips, and it is extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so I fractured my back twice in my youth, and so there's complications that come with that. And so I wanted to design something that would get me concealed carrying more, because I found myself leaving my gun at home or carrying off body, which we probably all know is not as fast as having it just on your persons.
What do you carry, by the way?
I carry a Smith & Wesson M&P 9 5-inch. So a full-size gun.
5-inch.
It is the same gun I use for production optics and carry optics. I literally take my defensive ammo out and then get ready for the match. Like, I'm good to go.
Man, I saw your post, like playing along with this pistol and putting it back to the holster. I was like, is this real? Or but
it's
is
real.
This like the actual carry gun? Because you can use it for a competition or something, but for the like all day long carrying, you need something compact.
If I'm in pants, I will have a full-size gun. Okay. Typically, I'm in Arizona, so it gets hot. It's like 90 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, so whatever that conversion is.
Probably around 30 degrees or
you
more.
are possibly sweating your gun through, right?
I carried a 2011 for some months just to test it out to see how the belt would hold up with a heavier gun, a 4 or 5 pound gun. And the amount of steel gun, and with the amount of sweat that I had every single day, I actually started getting some surface rust on my gun. And so make sure you oil your guns and you clean them. It's always good to do, but it's the belt holds up, and you can wear it with athletic shorts, and that's typically what I'm in Arizona when I'm just doing like day-to-day stuff. So you have some athletic shorts or athletic pants. You don't need belt loops to wear this belt and retain your firearm, which is a huge upgrade for staying comfortable.
Really? So no belt loops on the shorts or anywhere. You just wear it on your body.
Just wear it on your body.
Really?
And the elastic keeps your gun tight to your body.
There's something for you comfortable.
Oh fuck me! We have to test that.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, you have to test it. I'm wearing it already, man.
No. I mean like we go for Lynx Brutality or something like that without shirts.
Yeah.
only in shorts and belt.
It would work.
Okay, you do that. I'm going like.
I've done full workouts with this. I'm not sure if you have them in Europe, but in the United States we have these like athletic events called Tough Mudders, and you basically run a 5K, but there's obstacles in between.
Oh yeah.
So like you're climbing walls, you're going under logs.
Yeah,
You're
like a Spartan race or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Race,
yeah. So I did one of those, and it was not advised by whoever's running it. They're having a firearm on you, but I did the whole thing I did it with a compact gun just because a little bit more reasonable when you have to like pick up sandbags and move logs and stuff. But I did the whole 5K Tough Mudder with the belt, with the gun.
Nice.
Other workouts too.
Just as a reference or just because you wanted to? Or
I just wanted to see what happens if you do it. You know what I mean? Where it's like, like how am I going to test this belt? And if I am just like out in the desert, just like moving stuff, looking like I don't know, like a crackhead or something. I don't know. It's like you guys have in Europe for those, but I feel like
we call them different ways. You know?
Yeah, sure. But either way, I was like, this would be the best way to just test things and have somebody create the obstacles for me to test. And I've also done other workouts where I'm like squatting and deadlifting with a full-size gun, even with my MP9 5-inch slide, no problem. And so the stretch really helps. And again, it's just like ultimate comfort for carry because I just wanted to. The comfort was preventing me from carrying my gun.
Yep.
Here in the United States, you can carry in almost every single state. There's only a handful that you can't, and I travel the country shooting matches. And I'm usually driving to all these places, so I am in like these small towns, the hole-in-the-wall gas stations. I've run into a lot of questionable characters of my time on the road, and so it's I just wanted to make sure that I was always protected if need be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always good to have it, not use it, then need it, not have it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much same with us with the Czech Republic. Yeah.
Well, with the only difference that if you cross the border, you're screwed because nowhere else you can carry with the only Czech license, you know.
Yeah.
Especially if you go to Germany and you're like,
yeah, they don't.
No.
Germany, no good.
No.
Yeah. Because there's only a handful of countries in Europe where you can freely carry, and then is there like reciprocity? Like, are there other countries you can go to with a Czech concealed carry license?
No, not really. You have to get a European firearms license, and then you can travel only because of hunting, shooting a sporting match, and this kind of stuff. And you have to have invitation on you also, so to have a proof that you're traveling because of this kind of reason.
Yeah, similar like if when I traveled to Indonesia, I needed my permits and everything to go there, and very restricted with like having my hands on the guns. Is pretty much restricted to the range.
Yeah, so there's like a standardized European license.
Okay.
Everyone kind of recognizes, so it's working for majority of the European countries, but you need to have like a special purpose for a visit, like a match or a hunting session, just as Carl mentioned. But it's not that simple. You cannot really cross the border with your carry gun on you and stuff, so that's like a jail.
Got it.
Yeah, or like a criminal act, I would say.
Sure.
So you're losing your gun license back home, and that's like
not worth it.
Do actually Slovaks can they carry concealed carry?
They can. They have a little bit different rules than we. I mean, the Czech Republic is known for having like a reasonably good rules.
Okay.
So what I would say, I would compare the situation with the U.S. guys when you guys are here to warn the government.
Yeah.
Right? That's like a Second Amendment, right?
Right. Yep.
So
fight tyranny.
Yeah, exactly. So if your government fucks up, you guys can take your rifles and
just like these lovely guns we have at Ohio Ordnance. What you guys can't see on you can see this guy right here, but behind the other side of the camera there is a wall of belt-fed machine guns. And it's easy for citizens to even apply for their federal firearms license and their SOT certificate, and that allows citizens in their own home to make their own machine guns and own them legally.
Okay.
And so there's some extra processes and some government agencies you need to go through for that type of credentials. But like my home state of Arizona, you can have an at-home FFL. So as long as you meet the qualifications that the ATF has put up, you are allowed to manufacture your own ammo, you're allowed to manufacture your own suppressors, your own machine guns, and you're legally allowed to own them. For the average citizen who doesn't, the only way to get it is by spending a lot of money on something called a transferable machine gun. And so it's any machine gun produced before 1986. And like a M16 will go for like $40,000 USD, which is
crazy,
bonkers. You know, some people's salaries. But
as I understood it, you can actually manufacture a firearm for your own use. You cannot sell it.
Correct.
So how that works? Do you need a license for that, or is just general rule?
General rule, as long as it's legal in your state. Okay. So there's some states with restrictions, but like the Polymer 80 Glocks, 80% lowers for ARs, where like if you have a drill press, you could mill out an AR receiver and have a gun that only you know that you own.
Just to put it up decently.
Yeah, I think there was a Japanese general in World War II that says like the United States could never be invaded because there's a gun behind every blade of grass. And, when I was doing some writing publications, I think it was in 2020 or maybe it was 2019 from the statistic, but just in the Midwest, like 5 states, so like Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Virginia, and maybe Pennsylvania, there was 1.7 million registered hunters in just those 5 states.
Okay.
And there was not a single injury that season.
Okay.
So 1.7 million.
So no one went hunting, or?
There was a lot of deer that were taken that year and other animals.
No,
but it's crazy. I think there's more guns than people in the United States
that's
at this
true,
point.
Actually. Yeah, but that's true.
But this leads me to the question: what is your background actually?
My background is nothing shooting related.
Okay.
So went to graduate school. I have an MBA. Started working in commercial real estate out of school. Suit and tie every day and doing the whole corporate life. And
that sounds like me before I started with guns.
And I've been shooting for 6 years, so I'm still somewhat new to the space.
Wow.
And I literally just went on Google and was like, how to shoot competition, and then found a local range that was close enough to my house. Reached out to the match director, was like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, just come down, we'll tell you the rules. And I was bad. I was really bad.
I mean, everyone was.
You got to start somewhere. And I would finish dead last, probably my first 6 to 10 matches, and then the community was so welcoming, and it was so much fun, just shooting at speed and in a practical sense, that I was like, I'm gonna start coming more weekends. And then people started helping out, being like, hey, I've got a belt that you can use. This gun's I had a Glock 34 with a comp on it, and it was gold barrel, black slide. I mean, it was so tacky. It was so bad. But so I'm open minor division. And then I started borrowing guns and kind of figuring out what I liked and what I wanted and getting the right gear. But I always recommend for people to just go out and shoot with what they have first, and then figure out if they like it, and then figure out what gear they need to get after having that experience. And I basically spent 14 months fully dedicated to the shooting sports, where I did nothing. I went to work, I went to the gym, and I dry fired and I shot matches, and that was it. So I went from not shooting at all to Grandmaster in 14 months.
Yeah.
Wow. So super fast track to that. And for those European listeners who aren't familiar, there's a classification system here in the United States. So it's DCBA Master, Grandmaster. And I think as of right now for carry optics, I think there's 140 Grandmasters in the division total.
Nice.
And I got that back in 2020. So I don't know how many there were then. But it came quick, just dedication to the sport, and then
motivation. Yeah,
absolutely. And then it was probably a year and a half after I got into shooting is when I decided to quit my job and just go for it, where I wanted to work in this industry full time, and I just went for it.
Man, there's no way out.
There's really no way out.
True.
So I did a bunch of different things. I was an instructor for a few years, and I teach 25, 35 weekends out of the year.
Nice.
Just pistol and rifle stuff. Started shooting multi-gun. Mainly with pistols, mainly pistol matches, and then started doing consulting for different businesses on the marketing side of things, and then started writing articles, and then we started making content, and we started making YouTube stuff and focusing on the Instagrams and all that, and it's a lot of fun because it opens you up to I'm just gonna say like it's like the fun stuff where it's a little bit more relaxed on the range. It's not like the dedicated practice like Rafael or something like that at CZ Academy.
Now you can compare, right?
Yeah,
that's the thing.
And so I'm happy where I'm sitting with my skill, where I'm a top shooter in the U.S., but like still like machine guns, still like making the fun content,
hell yeah,
and all that. And then 2 years ago, I released the Constantine carry belt, and so that's been taken off in the concealed carry space in the United States, and that's started taking up a little bit more of my time, but it's welcomed. And it's fun, and then I've got a couple other businesses as well for like media production, and then an off-road business where we basically take our trucks up and down mountains across the United States and go camping and stuff like that. So
that's cool. That's cool. That's also very common in this region, right?
Yes.
Like California.
Yeah, California.
Nevada.
This like longitude of the Rocky Mountains is extremely popular. We have some of the most scenic and gorgeous places and environments that you could ask for.
All right, will take us off-roading?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
How about hunting? Do you do hunting?
I also do hunting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Do you?
Well, his name is Hunter.
It's natural. I had to. You know, it was like. My parents forced me to, but like I didn't grow up with guns in the household or anything like that. The closest thing to guns I had was video games.
Yeah.
And maybe some airsoft guns or something like that, like little pellet guns, but. Nothing that serious, and but yeah, last year for hunting wise, I did a couple hog hunts in Oklahoma and Texas.
Okay.
Using like thermal optics and stuff like that. And
oh man, that helps.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah. And like that feels like a video game where I was just like.
Carl can tell, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have one mounted on the rifle, right? You just use.
No, I had just the handheld one, to get an idea where they are, and then I had the night vision on the gun. Yeah.
Yeah. I like night vision stuff too. We do a lot of night vision shooting out here.
Yeah, but it's just a matter of money. If I could, I would definitely mount it on the gun.
For sure.
I think night vision is obsolete if you have a good thermal. You know.
What is there's a company that just came out with this whole mounting system, and I forget their name. It's a European company. I forget where these guys are out of, but it is like quick detached to your rifle, to your helmet, and it's.
Yeah. I've seen it on the Instagram. So the guys from Estonia have been promoting it.
I think so. Yeah.
That's a brilliant guy, by the way. He's got a really good kind of advices.
Absolutely, and so like a lot of knowledge on thermals.
Yeah, I'll find it and we'll put it in the link.
I forgot what it's called, and I just had this.
We always promise that we'll put it in a link, and we never do.
Yeah, if you need the information, just comment.
Oh yeah,
put it in share, comment, like, and everything, and then we will share this information with you. Okay?
Yeah.
It's not free. Come on.
Engage with us. And then the big hunt I did last year was a caribou hunt in Alaska. So we were on horseback for 2 weeks, staying in hunting cabins, and that was a true expedition where like we packed out all of our food, we packed out everything we needed to survive for 2 weeks.
Everything.
All of it for 2 weeks.
Water as well.
We had water filtration devices, so we got this really nice bag where you could put like 2-3 liters in it, and then it would trickle down, so you could just like fill your bottle. But I had like the bottle with the life straw in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that was an incredible journey, and just seeing the United States in like the raw form, and like Alaska is like basically a whole other country up there.
Yeah.
And I think the closest humans to us was like 300 miles away, so maybe like 500 kilometers or something like that, give or take.
Shit.
That was the next closest people.
That's probably the widest part of the Czech Republic. If you like measure it, it's around 400K. So.
And you're thinking about so many different things where it's like you're being less risky with like all of the things you're doing. Because like if you break an ankle out there, it's you might be able to get a float plane if the weather permits. I remember the last day we almost got snowed in because the lakes started to freeze over. And so the planes actually landed on a thin sheet of ice and broke the ice as it landed. And
so you had to like provide feedback to the pilot so he knows that it's not thick.
Yeah. And like the guides were like, yeah, it's fine. And then like we got on the plane, the guy like, this is a little bit thicker than we like to land on, you know. But they want to get us out. I did a moose hunt in the Yukon Territory in Canada in 2018, and I got snowed in for 6 days on that hunt. And that was a whole that could be a podcast on its own for that whole thing. But love the big game hunting, love the hog stuff, keeping meat in the freezer. It's the best meat that you could ask for. It's better than the grocery store meat here. You know, it's a lot cleaner.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Rogan is a big promoter of that, right? Yeah.
And just like harvesting it. And this year, though, with the caribou, I got, I think we harvested like 220 pounds, so like 100 kilos or something like that, give or take. And I basically got like 50 kilos of jerky beef sticks made.
Oh, nice.
But I'm like, I'm on the road so much, I'm on the range so much, like it's an easy snack.
Best snack you
it doesn't,
can have.
I don't need to cook it. Like it's just easy to go. And so it
doesn't take space or anything.
Yep. Yeah. And so just got a big freezer at the house and just
meat.
Keeps it easy. Yeah.
Meat is all you need.
That's all you need. Yeah. It's meat and guns. Maybe some beer.
So what was your first gun? You mentioned a Glock. Was that your first gun?
That was, I shot Glock 34 for about like 3 or 4 months. And then I went to a limited or a standard division 2011 and 40.
Okay, fancy.
For like a month.
Business guy.
And I was like, I'm going to buy this gun. And I'm going to win.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
And I'm sorry to break the news to everybody
and it
here.
worked, right?
No, you can't buy your skill, unfortunately. I was still the same shitty shooter, you know?
Here we go.
And then I found the Smith platform, and you put an Apex trigger in there and a new recoil spring, and that's all the tuning you need to do. And I will stand on this ground and I will fight, but I think it is one of the best triggers in any gun, period. Apex, flat face enhanced on the M&P 9. It is something else, super clean, but more importantly, it is very low maintenance and it's a very reliable gun and they're cheap. So I don't know what they cost in Czech, but here stateside they're like $400 or $500, and the trigger kit's about like $150. So you're $650 in on
I mean,
a gun, in my opinion, that compares to other top performing platforms.
Yeah, I mean distribution in Czech of Smith is bad.
Yeah,
it's really bad. It's hard to get one.
I think
I'm desperately trying to get that like cheap 5.7 with the 22 Magnum pistol.
Yeah, that's a cool little one.
I cannot get it. It's like
hard.
It's hard to find.
Well, we're gonna beat up Smith and we're gonna see somehow whatever it is. I think there was I was just talking to their international sales guy earlier this week over in their booth, and I think it was a Belgian SWAT team or something like that. I could be wrong on the country, but they have an M&P 9 with 1 million rounds on it.
1 million.
1 million, and that's like
there's no bore anymore.
So the whole team.
So I think they've done 4 barrels so far on it.
Oh, got it.
But like the frame and slide are the same. And, you know, they replace springs as you need it, recoil springs, whatever. And Smith was trying to get their hands on it, and they're like, no. We're keeping it. And they're like, we'll swap you out. They're like, no. They're like, and my mind now is like, this year I won't be able to shoot Euro Extreme because it's the same time as our nationals. But in my mind, I'm like, when I get to Europe, I am going to find that M&P, and I am going to make a YouTube video on going on this journey to go find it and shoot it. And like, maybe I can be like the millionth, 10,542nd round.
We could help you connect. In Europe.
Yep.
So yeah, once you're there, just give us a call.
Yeah, I think it would just be pretty cool, you know. Just but it's platform of choice. But I shoot everything. So I've got Walthers, I've got Glocks, I've got 2011s. I just got a CZ.
Finally.
Yeah.
You're getting Remus, right?
Yeah, Remus is coming in.
You're buying it for a full price, right?
What's that?
You're buying it.
Actually, double. I'll give you twice the price for it. Just that good.
For sure.
Yeah. You should have bought that CZ like instead of that 2011, and you would have won.
Yeah. I will say this. I think the CZ Shadow 2s have some of the best ergonomics of any guns. They just like lock your hand in place. The amount of like pressure points you can build torque on feels good. And a few of my friends that are diehard CZ shooters here in the United States are desperately wanting me to shoot a Shadow 2 to compare against my M&P 9 for getting me to admit that it's better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I can't do that until I shoot it.
Yeah,
But I'm going to mess around with it. Like I shot one CZ Shadow 2 for one stage and one match last year, and then that is when I started looking for like a package of one where I'm like, all right, maybe we'll try it out. And we were just local match. We do these Friday night matches under spotlights and everything, and we're shooting from concealed, and it's flashlight-centric holster. And my buddy had a Shadow with a light on it, and I just like went over and just like took his gun out of his holster, put it on. I'm like, I'm shooting your gun for this stage, and
that was cool.
I absolutely ripped on it, and it shot so well. And I was like, I didn't really know what to expect, and so I was just, target focused, and I was just letting the trigger rip, and so I was, wicked fast splits, 14, 15 splits between the shots.
Yeah.
And I finished the stage. I had one delta on a 20-yard target covered by a barrel, and I'm like, whatever, and I did that. Yeah. I did that on the move as I'm like crossing over. So I was like, delta on the move, 20 yards on a gun I've never shot. Fine. Everything else, all alphas.
Nice.
Raw timed everybody on it, and I was like,
that was a borrowed gun, right?
Borrowed gun. I was like, oh man. I was like, this feels good. So we got one. We'll probably mess around with it a little bit, but I think I have 21 M&P 9s at home. 21.
What?
Of the exact same gun, basically.
You need so much spare parts, or?
No. Here's the deal.
Shots fired.
The Shadow 2, you need firing pins and other spare parts because they will break.
Yeah,
but
sure they will.
The guns are so cheap. Like I even buy my M&P 9s used from gun stores here. So like the cheapest one I bought last year was $290 USD.
That's cheap.
So in my mind, I'm like, every season I'll just buy 2 or 3 new guns, put optics on them, and then run them.
Yeah.
And then they just keep accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I have 2 guns with Holisons on it. I have 2 guns with Trijicons on it. I have 2 guns with aim points on it.
Okay.
And they just accumulate. But again, in my mind, it's like when I'm maintaining 2011s and stuff, I'm clicking through all the small parts and springs I need. Like I'm a couple $100 into that gun to like refurbish it, basically.
Yeah.
Or spend $300, I got a whole new gun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then buy an optic, and then buy a trigger, and then buy a barrel, and then buy a recoil spring.
You're buying pans for 300, right? Or maybe 200. Yeah.
It's so like it's just they're cheap, and I got it in with my local gun shops. Where I'm like, if any guns get traded in that is a 5-inch M&P 9, you call me first.
Yeah, I guess you.
But I just love the platform. I have like 350,000 rounds through it, so it's just very familiar with me. And
yeah.
You don't get any restrictions on the amount of the guns, right? You are having.
Yeah, I. The crazy thing is, I don't even know how many guns I own. I just have.
Oh, that's bad.
I have 2 safes full of guns, and they are packed. Like the shelves for the pistol, it is a full row across, and I can fit in my safe. I could probably fit 3 of me in my safe, and I have 2 of them. Okay. So like, if I had to estimate, it's probably 150 guns, something like that. 130 guns, something like that, and. Yeah, no restrictions, and we've got machine guns in there. Every rifle has a suppressor.
You've got addiction problems, man.
Well, honestly, it comes with the content, though. Because I'm just doing YouTube videos. Like, you want to try this gun? I'm like, yeah, send it. You know?
Yeah. Sure.
And I like trying them. And when I was instructing more too, I would bring every platform available that I had in my safe. So, starting out, people are like, try a gun and see what fits your hand the best. Uh-huh. What are you going to do? Go out and spend $10,000 on a bunch of different guns? It's impossible. It doesn't make sense. And so I would bring a rifle case full of pistols, and then I'd let people shoot whatever they wanted. So like I'd bring, I had Jerichos, which were pretty similar to the CZs.
They are copies of CZ75 system.
Yeah. And so like Glocks and Smiths and Walthers and 2011s and so on and so forth, and people could just try them. And that was a cool option to have for people taking the class or law enforcement departments where like, oh, I really want to try this. I'm like, oh, I have one with me. You want to run for a couple drills, And
that's cool.
Pretty unique.
It comes with the B, right? You need to clean them all afterwards.
Oh, right. He doesn't do that.
I do.
You don't like a clean guy.
He's got to clean a lady.
I clean the guns I shoot regularly. You know what I mean? So like my competition guns, they get cleaned before every major match. The other guns are on a calendar basis.
What is that picture, like the dirty baby picture, and like my AK watching me cleaning my AR-15? That's cool. That's a cool one.
But they'll run the Smiths though. Like I can get up to like between like 4,000 and 6,000 rounds before I start to have any hiccups with it. Okay. As far as cleaning schedule goes. And even at that point, I just add oil and it'll still go. There's a guy, Donovan Moore, .1 Tactics here in the States. He's a concealed carry guy. He has a Smith & Wesson with 95,000 rounds on the platform uncleaned.
So he's just like...
Just oil.
Putting oil in.
Just oil, and it is disgusting. It is caked up with carbon.
I can imagine.
But yeah,
it's like when you're pouring the ketchup in your hot dog, just
the American
drowning it in oil.
Yeah, but sometimes you just need to wash it out somehow.
Yeah,
right?
but he doesn't really clean the MNPs. He's just buying new ones. The dirty ones
yeah,
goes in the
like,
safe.
That's why so many.
Exactly.
But here's the deal: like I dry fire like 3 to 5 times a week. And so, like, I used to be the guy that would clean my gun after every time I go to the range. But I was shooting so frequently that I was like, I just literally don't have time to do it. And so I shot, I think I shot 16 major matches last year. So I cleaned my M&Ps at least 16 times last year.
Right.
Yeah. So over once a month was pretty good.
That's not bad.
I mean, are there any companies like providing these services? Like
we'll come and clean your gun.
That's like a business idea.
Man,
like I already see the advertisement. Like, are you tired of cleaning your guns?
I'd pay for that service because we did the math where it'd be like if I spent X amount of hours per day and X amount of minutes per gun, it would literally take me. I think we came in at like 9 or 10 days to clean my guns.
Yeah,
and like we got lives, we got jobs, we got things we can do. I can't just sit and clean guns all day.
That's a good idea.
Sure, that's for sure, man.
Yeah, or you just got to get unpaid interns that you can trust. You know? But that's the other thing too is like there's like some rifles in my safe where I just put everything into an Excel sheet just to like get a basis.
Keep the track.
Yeah, and like. I just got new guns that weren't added to it, but my thought is like I want to record what I zeroed at with what ammo at what date, and so like I just know what's going on in my safe. And I mean, for the most part, they've all been zeroed at some point, but I know like there's a couple of ARs I found in there that I probably haven't shot in like 3 years, 4 years.
Okay.
And
like cavemen. They're like a caveman in the dark.
Yeah.
Like look at it.
But here's the deal: is like I literally shoot the same rifle for multi-gun, and I shoot the same pistol for matches and concealment videos. So,
man, you need to do like a meme, like the
which one?
Like the eyes from the dark coming from that. Like Hunter's rifle. He didn't shoot for 3 years.
Yeah.
Looking at him.
Master, are you there?
Are you there?
Master, exactly.
I'm hungry for ammo.
Yeah.
But it's good and it's fun.
Like, Father, why have you forsaken me?
Like, well, I got a better one. So. A little more accurate than you.
No, close the door. No.
Yeah. But again, it's good. Like when I have buddies coming to shoot, and like I have extra rifles for them. And like if you guys came and visit, I'd say like don't even worry about bringing guns. You know, like
maybe next year.
Yeah, I've had some friends come visit from some other countries that I've shot in, and they've come to visit Arizona. I was like, listen, just like bring your belt. You know, bring your competition belt. I'm like, I'll have your gun. I'll have ammo for you.
Nice.
And in Phoenix, Arizona, you can shoot a match every single day.
Oh.
So it is like the mecca of competition shooting in the United States, and it's good heat too. Like we have Nils there. Nils at a lot of the locals at Rio Salado, but you could shoot a local USPSA match, and it could have 120 people in it with like 6 grandmasters, like 15 master class shooters, and then a whole bunch of other hitters that like maybe haven't hit the classification yet, but like they can shoot. So
this is something, man.
Guys, I'm just looking at the machine gun. That's the new Reaper, right? They did the Ohio Ordnance.
Yeah, I think it is actually, and they've got a crazy recoil system on this gun too.
It's amazing, yeah.
Where like they're supposed to be able to shoot this thing.
It's so low profile, right? It's just
it's MG42 reinvented, man.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite guns, the MG42 buzzsaw. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like when the British machine guns were doing then the Germans came in. Exactly.
All right, guys, we have to shut it down.
Yeah, they're.
So before we shut it down, we have the question. We always ask.
Oh,
right?
That's correct. You hit it.
That's how we close it. You have something you want to say before we ask the last question?
You guys will be able to find these belts on their website very soon.
Land of Liberty.
Land of Liberty.
Land of Liberty. So. Be waiting on the edge of your seat for that. It's the most comfortable concealed carry belt you could ask for. Coming soon, the Constantine carry belt to Land of Liberty.
Nice.
But that's about it. Go shoot matches and carry a gun every day.
All right.
So the question we ask at the very end is that imagine that you go to deserted island
Okay.
You know, you have no idea what's going to be there, and you need to choose two guns. One as a handgun, and the second as a rifle. What would you choose?
Okay. Well, I think you guys should probably answer what pistol I'm going to take. The Smith & Wesson M&P 9.
What specification? Like, what would you put on top? What optic?
I would put an Aimpoint Acro.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Enclosed optic, a little bit more durable than some the large window ones. Yeah, like you can just beat the crap out of them.
Absolutely.
And probably just like a Surefire light on it or something like that, and just like a good
300.
Yeah, X300, and just like 5-inch 9mm.
Okay.
And just leave it alone. And my thought process with that is like that is the gun I can shoot the best. I'm most familiar with. I know inside and out, and so shot placement is definitely the most important thing when it comes to hunting or self-defense or anything like that. And I can place those 9mm exactly where I want them.
Yeah.
So that'd be for pistol. Now for rifle, I would go with an LMT Spec War. So that is a LMT Defense is a rifle company here in the United States. They have a lot of military contracts around the world. It's a monolithic rail. So
is it based on AR-15?
AR-15, 5.56, 12.5 barrel, short-barreled rifle. Put a can on it, put a light on it, put a laser on it, LPVO, offset dot, and that is a carbon copy of the gun that I use for matches. Yeah, so I just switched to the L3 NGAL, which is like the military's current little tiny thing. It only weighs like 4.5 ounces, and the laser on it is ridiculously powerful. And so it's lightweight, packs a punch. We just shot that probably a month ago, doing some videos. We were doing like freehand 500-yard shots with the laser.
Nice.
It was going well. You got a Spec War right there?
Yeah, it's a
Yep. Oh, that's me.
Yeah, that's you.
That's me right there.
Yeah,
hey, show me. So yeah, we did a Spec War video.
Monolithic upper receiver, right?
Monolithic, yeah. So you can mount your optic and laser anywhere on the rail.
You can use the whole rail, right?
They're super strong, so you can like beat the absolute piss out of them, and they're going to hold up. That black one in that YouTube video, approaching 20,000 rounds on that gun. Excuse me. Same barrel, same bolt, everything. That one does get cleaned regularly.
Okay. Good for it.
But it's a sub MOA gun for me, and like I've stretched it out to 1,000 yards with 5.56.
Nice.
No problem. Now, if I had no restrictions on caliber, I'd probably do it in 6 Max that just came out, which is pretty cool. Have you guys heard about that?
No.
You guys heard of 6 Arc?
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 Max is basically like a better version of 6 Arc, to my knowledge.
Okay.
I think I was just talking with these guys yesterday. Don't quote me, internet, on these exact numbers, okay? I think it's a 103 grain projectile, and out of a 12-inch barrel, they are going 2,700 feet per second in an AR platform.
12-inch barrel. Okay. That's what you... Yeah, that's what you want. Like a short barrel.
Short barrel, lot of speed.
Maximum velocity,
And they were showing me a video. They had a 7.5-inch one, which is not big at all. I mean, like...
Yeah, it's a short one.
Short.
It's ridiculous.
They had an optic on there that was bigger than the receiver and rail, okay? And they did 1,000-yard shots with a 7.5-inch barrel, and they got 8 out of 10 hits.
6 Max. I need to check it out.
So, like, if I could choose any caliber on the gun...
It sounds too good to be real.
I don't know. I'm literally buying one of those guns as soon as we get out of SHOT Show, and we're going to do some testing on it. But they're showing me like hunting ballistics on it and stuff too. I mean, it's just screaming, and a lot of energy transfer in it. So yeah,
probably the wear of the barrel is pretty bad also.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. That's fine. I'm on a desert island. I'm probably not shooting that much, you know. I mean, like a desert island, like maybe some game to eat and maybe a couple pirates to fend off, depending on where the island is, you know, like, what region of the world.
Before they get out of the ship, just
yeah. But it'd be the M&P 9 enclosed optic, and then just like a military grade durable AR. And even 5.56, so you get the right cartridge in there, and it can do a lot of work.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, it was a pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you, Lucas. Yeah. Appreciate it, Carl. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to meet you guys in person, and we get to do this, and maybe we'll link back up digitally, and I'll hop in on a video chat where we can have a little bit more time to expand on things.
Alrighty, you have a lot of to talk about.
Oh that's we can talk. We could probably have a 4-hour podcast if we want.
Absolutely.
But yeah, another shout out to Ohio Ordnance for letting us be in this booth.
Absolutely, thank you
for
doing this.
Go look up their YouTube and see some sweet machine guns ripping. It's good stuff. They're the gold standard for the United States for getting your machine guns.
Yeah, machine guns should be part of each family.
They should. They should.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for watching our podcast. I hope you are considering putting that subscribe button under the pressure.
No,
do it.
You have to
do it.
Yeah.
Do it, or we'll find you with these guns.
Keep commenting, keep liking, and
Can we threaten them? Is that okay?
You can. I mean,
we can do whatever
you want. Yeah. Alrighty. Also, make sure you go to Land of Liberty, especially the Czech audience. Your support will be highly appreciated. So thank you very much, and
this
stay
will
tuned.
be there soon.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. Bye, guys.
Cool.